Hello, welcome to the new video The Love of Milim and Rimuru by BenGrem1234. Chapter 39. Rimuru calls a Walpurgis after Rimu left. Things progressed as normal without any other issues. No one besides Rimuru, Milim, Veldora and Elmesia knew of the impending war that was brewing on the horizon. The engagement party went well and everyone was satisfied. On the next day, the labyrinth was officially opened and Milim and Rimuru carried out what they planned. It was a huge success after the people saw just what could be accomplished inside the labyrinths. The recovery bracelet was also a welcome surprise for the audience, and it brought in many adventurers seeking to increase their strength. 1 week later, after the engagement party, Rimuru called a Walpurgis with the consent of Milim and Ramirez. The Walpurgis was held the same place that the previous one was held, which was a separate dimension that was created by Guy Crimson. All the demon lords were gathered and each of them brought their bodyguards with them. For Ramirez, she brought Trainee and Beretta with her. Milim brought the former demon lord Frey and Carrion with her. Leon brought 2 of his best glory knights with him. Dragel came alone. Luminous brought Hinata and Lewis with her. Dino also came alone, and Guy brought Mazzari and Rain with him. All of them were seated and were waiting for Rimuru to arrive. A few minutes later, a gate appeared and opened itself. Rimuru walked out of the open gate while being escorted by Diablo and Xian. It was a very funny story why these two were the ones who were escorting Rimuru. Let's just say that these two were very good at rock paper scissors among all of Rimuru's subordinates. Though Xian was cheating by bending the laws of the world with her unique skill chef, but that is a story for another day. Rimuru arrived at his seat and sat down before he began to speak. I thank everyone for making out time to come to this Walpurgis. Without further ado, I hereby declare that the Walpurgis has now commenced. Everybody paid attention to hear what Rimuru wants to say. Rimuru has kept all that happened with Rimu a secret from everyone except for those who were there when she declared war on the world. He called this Walpurgis because this matter concerns everyone present. Now the purpose of this Walpurgis is to inform everyone about the pending calamity that is about to happen in 3 months' time, Rimuru said to them. Everyone was naturally surprised by such information. The demon lords, except for Milim especially, were shocked because anything that will give Rimuru, who was the strongest among them, a cause to worry is definitely not something to be underestimated. Does this have to do with the appearance of Rimu? Luminous asked Rimuru. Yes, it does, was Rimuru answer. Guy looked confused. Who are you two talking about, and what calamity are we going to face in 3 months? Rimu is a female version of me who came from another world, Rimuru explained to them. You mean she came from another dimension? I thought the power to travel through dimension have not been discovered yet, Dragel said. Well, I wouldn't be surprised since it is Rimuru from another dimension. Rimuru always has this crazy powers kept hidden from the rest of the world. I wouldn't be surprised if he could already traverse through dimensions like it was nothing, Dino said. You are right about that, Dino, Leon said while nodding his head. Oh come on. Why do you guys think like that about me? Rimuru sighed. It's because as you stupid, everyone shouted at the same time. Milim lightly laughed. They got you there, Rimuru. You have to admit that much. After everyone has calmed down, Guy asked, what does this female version of yourself want exactly? Rimuru looked at everyone with a serious expression. I have been keeping it a secret, but it's time to tell all of you about the situation because it involves all of you guys as well. So Rimuru began to explain everything about Rimu to those in the meeting room. He told them everything from his fight with Rimu to the declaration of war by Rimu. He also told them her end goal, which is the revival of her Milim while using the current Milim as a sacrifice. Obviously he didn't go into much detail about his fight with her since the information that he could create worlds would shock everyone in the room. N. World in Tensura and in this story is used to attribute universe and dimension. Worlds is used to attribute more than one universe or dimensions without a specific number that is not one. After that, she disappeared with a promise to bring destruction to the whole world that we live in, Rimuru explained. To say that everyone was speechless would be an understatement of the day. No one was prepared to hear something this massive during this Walpurgis. This information was too much for anyone to handle. Guy looked at Rimuru. So you are not allowed to participate in this war of hers, and she has about 3 million angel soldier on her side. Pretty much. I honestly want to get my subordinates ready for the upcoming fight. The opponent is a version of me, and I assure you that I am not an easy opponent for anyone to face, Rimuru told them. Luminous glared at Rimuru. That sounds very cocky and arrogant coming from you, but I can't really say much since I have actually seen your true powers before. Really, you have? What is it like? How strong is Rimuru exactly? Dino asked with a curious voice. The others in the room tried not to show it, but they were curious as well to know how strong Rimuru really is. After all, they had only seen a glimpse of Rimuru's true powers back when he fought Milim during the previous Walpurgis. Luminous sighed. As much as it pains me to admit this, if I were to fight Rimuru 1,000,000 times, I would lose 1,000,000 times without being able to make him move even an inch of his body. Heck, not even 3 Veldoras will be his match. To say that everyone in the room was GOBS naked would be an understatement of the year. No one could believe that Rimuru is that powerful. It was just ridiculous to think that anyone was that strong. Rimuru himself was the most surprised by what Luminous said. Hey Seal. When I first awakened into a true dragon, I was sure that my power was only on the level of the combined force of 3 true dragons. But during my fight with Rimuru, I held back a lot of my powers in order to test how strong she was, and I was sure she was doing the same. But the thing is that my suppressed form in that fight felt the same as when I first evolved into a true dragon. Is my suppressed power on the level of 3 true dragon? Less than negative. Current master's suppressed power is higher than the combined force of 7 true dragons greater than. The capable Seal was quick to answer. How is it possible that my power is increasing when I'm not doing anything? Less than that is because Master is evolving every day and has transcended the concept of limit placed on all creation by the world. All things in existence has a fixed limit and restrictions placed on it by the world, but Master, who has reached the realm of a world creator, has transcended the world, which allowed you to remove those limits and restrictions greater than. Rimuru was shocked. How powerful am I currently? Less than the amount of Master's power that is being stored in the imaginary space cannot be quantified. But if an estimate should be given, it is enough to destroy and create this world multiple times over with no limit greater than. How in the heck did I get this strong? Wait, does this have to do with my mana breeder reactor? Less than negative Master. Mana breeder reactor, when activated, will continue to generate an infinite supply of mana for Master, which will essentially make Master mana infinite. What was analyzed earlier was Master's mana without factoring mana breeder reactor. If mana breeder reactor is to be factored into the calculation, then the result will be higher greater than. I am shocked that I am this powerful, but it is welcomed. After all, the opponent this time is another me, and I can bet that she has a higher level of power than I. Need to find a way to allow my subordinates to get stronger before the day for the battle to arrive, Rimuru thought to himself. Well, look at you, Rimuru. With the powers you have now, it won't be an exaggeration to call you the strongest demon lord in existence, Guy said in a joking manner. Rimuru sighed. You guys are missing the point. It is true that I am powerful, but Rimu is stronger than I am, which means that no one in the world can face her besides me. Leon nodded his head. I can understand what you mean, Rimuru. The question now is, what do we do? Milim looked at Rimuru and nodded to him before she turned to the rest. As we are now, we won't stand much of a chance against Rimu and her forces. We demon lords are not the problem, but our subordinates are. Rimu said she has 10 elite whom I'm guessing are as strong as true dragons, and we don't know how strong her other angelists are. We have to use this time to train our subordinates to a level that they could fight this angels. Everyone except Rimuru looked at Milim like she was a different person. Milim blushed from all the look everyone was giving her. What? Why are you all looking at me? No reason. It's just not a common sight to see you say something that actually has meaning. It is quite shocking, to be honest, Dragel said to her. I never knew that Milim could actually use her head for once in her life. Guess getting engaged can do that to someone, Guy said. We can all see that Rimuru is having an effect on her. It's not a bad thing, but it will take some getting used to, Luminous said to her. She may be getting smarter, but she is still no match for me, Ramirez said with a cocky tone. Milim slumped back in her chair. You guys are the worst. Now Milim. It's not a bad thing that Rimuru is changing you for the better. In fact, he deserves some praise for actually doing it, Carrion said to her. Indeed. I find this new character of Milim quite refreshing, Frey said. Come on, Frey and Carrion, not you too, Milim whined. Everybody laughed at that. The meeting was going smoothly. Getting back on topic, Rimuru, I have something to inform you, Guy told him. What is it? The Eastern Empire is planning to declare war on you and this land in 2 weeks' time. They plan on taking you out since you were the greatest obstacle to them in conquering us all, or so they say, Guy informed him. Rimuru banged his hand on the table in anger. What is that supposed to mean? I already have my hand full with my evil self from another dimension who, if you have forgotten, is planning to destroy the world. Hey, don't take it out on me. I'm just telling you what my sources told me, and the number of soldiers they are bringing to battle is about 1.5 million inches, Guy told him further. Rimuru was going to shout, but Seal stopped him. Less than master. The fight with the Eastern Empire is necessary in order to evolve your subordinates greater than. How so, Seal? Less than with the amount of souls that would be collected from all the Eastern Empire's soldier, it is possible to evolve your subordinates into an awakened demon lord greater than. Rimuru's internal face changed to shock. Is it really possible to evolve them into an awakened demon lord? Less than not all of them, but those who have met the requirement will be able to evolve. Incidentally, it will require 100,000 souls to awaken one of your subordinates who shares the same soul corridor with you greater than. I see. I guess this new war with the Eastern Empire is a kind of blessing in disguise for me. Thank you, Seal. Less than your praise is all I need, master. Greater than. Rimuru sighed and looked at Guy. It can't be helped, I guess. I will deal with the Eastern Empire's army myself if they attack us. The rest of you all should be preparing for the main battle, which will be between Rimuru and the world. Everybody nodded in understanding. After having some small discussion, the Walpurgis ended and everyone returned to their homes.